Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Government approves strengthening cooperative movement through 2 lakh multipurpose primary agricultural credit societies in each uncovered Panchayat. Centre allocates 4,800 crore rupees to Vibrant Villages program for financial years 2022-23 to 2025-26. Cabinet approves construction of Shinku La Tunnel to provide all-weather connectivity in Ladakh. Stage set for assembly polls tomorrow in Tripura. Indian men's cricket team tops in all 3 formats in International Cricket Council for the first time. And in women's cricket, West Indies set a target of 119 runs for India to win. And now the news in detail. The Union Cabinet has approved strengthening the cooperative movement in the country and deepening its reach up to the grassroots. Briefing reporters after the Cabinet meeting in New Delhi today, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said, initially, 2 lakh multi-purpose primary agricultural credit society, viable dairy, cooperatives and fisheries cooperatives will be established in each uncovered Panchayat. He said these credit societies, dairy and fishery cooperatives will be established in the next 5 years. The minister said this will enable cooperative societies to set up and modernize necessary infrastructure. Mr. Thakur said this will also strengthen the cooperative sector and help in generating employment opportunities in rural areas.
सहकार से समृद्धि इस सोच को आगे और बढ़ाने के लिए कोऑपरेटिव मूवमेंट को और स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए भारत सरकार ने कई कदम उठाए हैं। जुलाई 2021 में मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कोऑपरेशन का बनना अपने आप में दिखाता है कि कितना फोकस रखा गया और जून 2022 में प्राइमरी एग्रीकल्चरल क्रेडिट सोसाइटी को कंप्यूटराइजेशन के लिए भी बजट का प्रावधान करना और फिर कोऑपरेटिव्स को जेम पोर्टल के साथ जोड़ना, एक प्लेटफॉर्म ऑनबोर्ड करके उसको देना ताकि इस क्षेत्र को उसका लाभ मिल सके।
The Union Cabinet has approved centrally sponsored scheme Vibrant Villages program for the financial years 2022-23 to 2025-26 with financial allocation of 4,800 crore rupees. Briefing reporters after the Cabinet meeting in New Delhi today, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said it will lead to infrastructure development and livelihood opportunities in 4 states and 1 union territory along the northern land border. These include Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and the union territory of Ladakh. Mr. Thakur said this will improve the quality of life of the people as well as the inclusive growth of villages on northern border.
4800 करोड़ रुपए का प्रावधान किया गया है। 2500 करोड़ रुपया सड़कों के निर्माण पर खर्च होगा। देश की उत्तरी सीमा के रणनीतिक महत्व के गांव का समग्र विकास इसमें हो, ये सुनिश्चित किया जाएगा। इन क्षेत्र के लोगों को एश्योर्ड लाइवलीहुड और रोजगार के अवसर मिले, ये प्रावधान किया जाएगा। अपने गांव में ही रहने के लिए उनको प्रोत्साहित किया जाएगा ताकि माइग्रेशन पर चेक लग सके। इस कार्यक्रम के अंतर्गत चयनित गांव को बॉर्डर एरिया डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम से अलग रखा जाएगा।
The Cabinet also approved the construction of Shinku La Tunnel to provide all-weather connectivity in Ladakh. Briefing reporters in New Delhi today, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said the construction work of this 4.1-kilometer tunnel will be completed by December 2025. He said the total expenditure on this project will be 1,681 crore rupees. The minister said the tunnel will lead to all-round development of the region and give a boost to the tourism, health and education sectors. Mr. Thakur said this project is also important from a strategic and national security point of view.
नीमू पदम दारचा इस रूट पर शिंकुला टनल का निर्माण करने के लिए अनुमति दे दी गई है और इस टनल के साथ साथ अप्रोच रोड का निर्माण भी किया जाएगा और इस प्रोजेक्ट के क्रियान्वयन से लद्दाख को ज़ंस्कार वैली होते हुए देश के अन्य भागों से ऑल वेदर रोड के साथ जोड़ा जा सकेगा। इससे दुर्गम क्षेत्र का सर्वांगीण विकास संभव हो सकेगा तथा टूरिज्म, हेल्थ, एजुकेशन के क्षेत्र में इन्वेस्टमेंट को बढ़ावा मिलेगा। सर्दी के महीनों में सप्लाई चेन को हम बरकरार रख पाएंगे और सैन्य बलों की मूवमेंट को भी हवाई मार्ग के साथ साथ सड़क मार्ग को और बल मिलेगा।
The Centre on Security has approved a proposal to raise 7 new battalions of Indo-Tibetan Border Police or ITBP. Briefing media in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said that the approval has also been given for setting up of one sector headquarters of ITBP. He informed that 9,400 personnel will be recruited under this decision. The Union Cabinet has approved the signing of a Memoranda of Understanding or MOU between India and 3 other countries. These include South Africa, Chile and England and Wales. The Cabinet has approved the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between India and South Africa for cooperation in the disability sector. The Cabinet has also approved the signing of an MOU between India and Chile for cooperation in the field of agriculture and allied sectors. In another MOU, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, and the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, ICAEW, will sign the agreement. It said ICAI's collaboration with ICAEW will bring a lot of professional opportunities for Indian Chartered Accountants in the UK. In Tripura, the stage has been set for the assembly polls tomorrow. Polling will start at 7 a.m. Over 28 lakh voters will decide the political fate of 259 contesting candidates, including 22 women. All the poll personnel have reached their polling booths. There are a total of 3,328 polling booths in the state. The Election Commission has set up model polling booths, all women, all youth and all Divyang polling booths. Adequate security measures have been put in place to ensure peaceful polling. BJP National President JP Nadda released the party's manifesto for Meghalaya Assembly elections in Shillong today. The state will go to polls on the 27th of this month. Meanwhile, campaigning has intensified with leaders from national parties addressing election meetings and rallies in the state. All the 3 Garo, Khasi and Jantia Hill regions are abuzz with public meetings, community gatherings and door-to-door campaigns. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Northeast Diary this week, on the 16th of February 2023, brings an exclusive interview with Mamang Dai, well-known poet and novelist writing in English from Arunachal Pradesh. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Welcome back to All India Radio. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the mega National Tribal Festival Adi Mahotsav tomorrow at Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium in New Delhi. 1,000 tribal artists from 28 states and union territories will take part in the festival. The festival is scheduled between the 16th and the 27th of this month, and it will celebrate the tribal spirit, including its culture, craft, cuisine, commerce and traditional art. Our correspondent reports that the Tribal Affairs Ministry is making all-out efforts to ensure full participation and involvement of the tribal communities in realizing the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. A report.
Adi Mahotsav is a major platform to promote tribal products into national and international markets. 39 Vandan Vikas Kendras from 17 states and union territories are expected to participate in this Mahotsav. The festival will feature exhibition cum sale of tribal handicrafts, handloom, paintings, jewellery, bamboo, pottery, food, natural products and tribal cuisines. The rich and diverse heritage of tribes from across the country will be showcased in over 200 stalls. The concept of organizing Adi Mahotsav in major cities has provided to be a boon for tribal artisans by eliminating the middleman and providing direct access to larger markets. With Dipendra Kumar, Sanjeev Jasrotia, AIR News, Delhi.
The Prime Minister will also virtually inaugurate the Jal Jan Abhiyan at Shantivan of Brahma Kumari Sansthan in Abu Road in Sirohi district of Rajasthan tomorrow. Union Minister of Jal Shakti, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, and some eminent citizens will be present in this nationwide campaign organized under the joint aegis of Brahma Kumari Sansthan and the Ministry of Jal Shakti. The first G20 Digital Economy Working Group, or DEWG meeting in Lucknow concluded today, setting the tone for a productive and meaningful deliberations for the future DEWG meetings. The three-day meeting showcased India's digital transformation journey and brought together G20 members, key knowledge partners and guest countries to discuss digital public infrastructure, cybersecurity and digital skilling. On the final day today, the meeting was focused on the priority of digital skilling. India proposed mechanisms for digitally skilled, future-ready workforce. The member nations appreciated the inclusion of digital skilling in the DEWG agenda and supported India's proposed priority areas broadly. Summary discussions were also held on three key priority areas, namely digital public infrastructure, cybersecurity in digital economy and digital skilling. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh today announced that a record 75% of the defence capital procurement budget has been earmarked for domestic industry in 2023-24. He said this while addressing the gathering during the Bandhan ceremony of 14th Aero India in Bengaluru. In 2023-24, the Ministry of Defence has been allocated a total budget of 5.94 lakh crore rupees, which is 13.18% of the total budget. Capital outlay pertaining to modernization and infrastructure development has been increased to 1.63 lakh crore rupees. India's overall exports in the current financial year during April to January is estimated to exhibit a positive growth of 17.33% over the same period last year. The Commerce and Industry Ministry said the merchandise exports for the April to January 2022-23 were over $369 billion as against over $340 billion during the same period last financial year. The ministry said the country's overall exports in January this year is also estimated to be over $65 billion, exhibiting a positive growth of over 14% over the same period last year. All agricultural commodities exports, barring coffee, have shown positive growth. Exports of electronic goods have also increased by more than 50% during January this year. As India's domestic demand has remained steady amidst the global slump, overall imports in April to January 2022-23 is estimated to exhibit a growth of over 22% over the same period last year. The Central Board of Direct Taxes (CBDT) has notified income tax return forms or ITR forms for the assessment year 2023-24. These ITR forms will come into effect from the 1st of April this year. The Finance Ministry said these forms have been notified in advance to enable filing of returns from the beginning of the ensuing assessment year. To facilitate taxpayers and to improve ease of filing, no significant changes have been made to the ITR forms in comparison to last year's forms. The Ministry said only the bare minimum changes necessitated due to amendments in the Income Tax Act 1961 have been made. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar today interacted with a group of Indian Information Service IIS probationers at Up Rashtrapati Niwas in New Delhi and asked them to be real protectors of democracy and nationalism. In Women's T20 World Cup, West Indies have set a winning target of 119 runs for India at Newland Stadium in Cape Town. In reply, India were 87 for loss of 3 wickets in 13.3 overs when reports last came in. In cricket, India have become the #1 ranked team in all formats after they displaced Australia to take the top spot in the ICC Test rankings. This is the first time India have achieved top ranking in all 3 formats. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government approves strengthening cooperative movement through 2 lakh multipurpose primary agricultural credit societies in each uncovered Panchayat. Centre allocates 4,800 crore rupees to Vibrant Villages program for financial years 2022-23 to 2025-26. Cabinet approves construction of Shinku La Tunnel to provide all-weather connectivity in Ladakh. Stage set for assembly polls tomorrow in Tripura. Indian men's cricket team tops in all 3 formats in International Cricket Council for the first time. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.